Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Present.
Hertz.
Here.
Gilbert.
Present.
Swanson.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Pulis.
Here.
Healy.
Here.
And Mayor Tomes.
Here. All right, if we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Public, oh, somebody signed up. You wouldn't be up here.
Who you guys?
All right. Richard Frecky, yes, you're up. All right. Podium's yours.
But you can use it.
That's right. Return it when you're done.
Well, good evening. My name is Rich Fricky. Live at 2222 22 1/2 Avenue. I'm under Judith's district, and she knows why I'm here. I guess I have 5 minutes, correct?
Yes.
So what prompted me to come tonight, and I drive less than 5,000 miles a year because I'm retired, but I have to say just about every time I'm on the streets of Rock Island, there isn't some serious violation of the traffic code. And you've all seen it. I would challenge anybody here tonight in this room that hasn't witnessed some gross negligence of our traffic code, whether it be blatantly running red lights, crossing center lines, crossing do not pass lines, driving down 18th Avenue at 50, 55 miles per hour, et cetera, et cetera. So a week ago Saturday night, I was home for the night, I thought. A friend of mine called, hey, I got 2 tickets to see the Beatles tribute. Want to go? Sure. Okay, great. So I get up, get cleaned up, head out. I'm at 18th Avenue and 25th Street intersection. Red light, everything's under control. The street is progressing on the green light. I'm at the red. Opposite traffic is at the red. Get the green arrow, I go to turn. The guy at the red on the oncoming traffic, he takes off. It's a good thing I'm paying attention, otherwise my night would have been ruined. I'll add that that's not the end of the evening going over to Davenport. This is not your concern, but when I got to Davenport, turned left off the Government Bridge. I'm on 2nd Street, where it merges from 2 lanes to 1. The left lane is supposed to yield. It did not. 2 cars there. The second one started merging over into my lane, causing me to beware, otherwise my evening would be wrecked. And somehow, I don't know how they did it, squeezed behind the car in front of, on the left lane, in front of it, and in front of me, and darted and cut me off into the right lane. So I just laid on the horn, flashing my brights. Probably didn't do any good. All right, so I guess my point here is you guys have limited funds to deal with. Every government entity does. You need to prioritize where you spend those dollars. And I think one of the top priorities is one of municipal government's obligations is the protection and the safety of its community. And that would mean put funds into the police force. I understand they're short-staffed. If they had the funds, we had the personnel, you could have them on the streets and enforcing these laws, because unfortunately, over time, you don't enforce the laws, what happens? People learn that they can get away with whatever they want to do. There's no longer respect for authority. We know this in society. It's just dwindled to almost nothing. No respect for authority, and the second part of that is no self-control. When I grew up, we had self-control. You didn't need to enforce things because we just had it the way we were raised or how brought up within ourselves, and a lot of you are my age, and you know what I'm talking about, that we took care of it ourselves. We didn't break laws. But we don't have that anymore. And so unfortunately, the burden falls onto law enforcement to take care of that. All right, so there's a funding thing, right? So I thought the second item I put on there is the leaf bag program. And this is just one example. I don't know how many years we've been doing it. When I first moved to Rock Island, we could burn. I don't know what the cost is, but it's a burden on the budget. Money that could be used for something of a higher priority. I submit to you to let's get rid of the leaf program and let's go back to burning in the streets. I think part of the problem that led to that with the asthma and all that, and I understand that, was that everybody had to burn on certain days. What happens when you got the whole city burning on the same day? You get the fog that we had and all the problems. When I first moved here, it didn't seem like burning was a problem. Now let me leave you with this, because I know I'm short on time. So in any budget, you have things that you must have and things that are nice to have. A leaf burning program to me is nice to have. Law enforcement is a must-have. And I won't even go into the condition of the streets. That's another top priority of the obligation of city government is streets, fire protection, law enforcement, the courts. Those are must-haves. Take care of the must-haves first before you look at nice-to-haves such as the boat harbor. Another item, right? Refurbishing City Hall. I don't come to City Hall. Who comes to City Hall besides you folks? I haven't been to City Hall since I had to pick up my leaf bags from when they started that program, which you no longer do here. Any questions?
Oh, typically, we don't do dialogue back and forth for this part.
Okay, so I take it I probably used my 5 minutes.
You're fine.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. That's the only one that's signed up to speak, so we will move on to item number 6.
Minutes from the November 27th, 2023 study session and regular council meeting.
Move to approve the minutes as printed.
Second.
Move to second. Any discussion on it? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item carries. Item 7.
Minutes of the November 13th, 2023 closed session.
Move to approve the closed session minutes.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.
Proclamation declaring Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the city of Rock Island on January 5th, 2024.
January 15th, wasn't it?
January 15th, 2024.
Thank you.
Whereas Martin Luther King Jr. devoted his life and career to the advancement of civil rights, equal treatment, and human decency for all people. And whereas the efforts of Dr. King and the many others involved in the civil rights movement have helped to break down the walls of injustice and allow African Americans and other minorities to succeed both as individuals and as members of society. And whereas the goals and ideals of Dr. King have not yet been fully realized. With this in mind, it is our duty as Americans to continue his struggle and to work towards a more understanding and respectful society. And whereas Martin Luther King Jr. Day serves to bring people together in remembrance of this true American hero and encourages citizens to engage in community service, which in turn serves to honor Dr. King's legacy and advance the cause of justice and equality in America.
Now therefore, I, Mike Tomes, Mayor of the City of Rock Island, proclaim Monday, January 15th, 2024 as Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the city of Rock Island, Illinois, and encourage citizens to serve their fellow Americans and help to make this a better community, thereby providing a fitting memorial to the life of Martin Luther King Jr.
I'm happy to accept that proclamation on behalf of our board of directors and for the whole team at the Martin Luther King Center. And I'm happy to take this time to invite each and every one of you to our memorial service for Dr. King on January 15th at 10:30 here at the Martin Luther King Center. I thank the City Council for making this official holiday for our city employees, and thus knowing now that you have time to be at our memorial service for Dr. King. Our theme this year will be Walk Together, March Forward, with Reverend Ford being able to provide our keynote speaker. Be our keynote speaker. If any of you have had the opportunity to be a part of the ceremony past, and you do know that this is an incredibly inspirational event that leaves us all energized towards doing the common good in our community. So I look forward to seeing you all there, and I promise you it will be a transformational experience for many.
I think I'm good. Ready? Got this.
Item number 9, update Rock Island. Couple items here. It's time for the annual Rock Island Holiday Lights Contest. Do you have a neighbor or know a business that has decorated their home or building in a festive way? The city is accepting nominations for the Holiday Lights Contest until Friday, December 15th at 5 p.m. Winners for the first, second, third place in the 2 categories of residential and business will be announced later this month. Just submit a photograph and address of the nominee to cedmail@rigov.org, cedmail@rigov.org, or to Kathy Douglas at douglas.catherine, Kathryn, @rigov.org. Or you can call 309-732-2900. Celebrate Martin Luther King Day with the community. The 41st Annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Service and Awards will be held January 15th at 10:30 a.m. at the MLK Community Center, 630 9th Street, Rock Island, with a theme of Walk Together, March Forward. The event will also be streamed on Facebook and YouTube. Nominations are being accepted for the I Have a Dream Award. The deadline is December 22nd. Go to mlkcenter.org for nominations, requirements, and the application. Would you or someone you know make a great firefighter? The Rock Island Fire Department is accepting applications now through December 31st. If you have a passion to serve others and a willingness to be part of a team, this is a chance. You can call 309-732-2800 to be connected with the recruiting team or apply at rigov.org. Are you interested in historic preservation or the arts? The city is seeking volunteers to serve on the Preservation Commission and the Arts and Beautification Commission. Each commission has 3 vacancies. Apply at rigov.org. Thank you very much. Item number 10.
Presentation of the CY 2023 third quarter financial management report.
Good evening, Mayor, members of City Council. In light of the full agenda before you tonight, I will try to keep the third quarter financials brief. If I skip anything that you have questions about, feel free to stop me, or we'll have time for questions at the end. The third quarter benchmark for revenues and expenditures is 75%. The general fund, which is used to account for most departments and a few of the smaller funds, reported revenue at 78% and expenditures at 75% at the end of September. Do you want me to just keep going? Oh, there we go. Special revenue funds, such as the Riverboat Gaming Fund revenue, was at 71% and expenditures were at 27% at the end of September. The second round of debt payments started last week, so this number will be closer to the budgeted amount of $3 million. The capital project and street funds reported revenue at 8% and expenditures at 45%. Revenue is down due to pending transfers of motor fuel tax and gasoline tax that'll occur later this month. Other governmental funds, such as Motor Fuel Tax Fund and the Motor Fuel Tax Rebuild Fund, both reported revenue at 71% and expenditures at 0% and 19% respectively. The Martin Luther King Community Center Fund reported revenue at 70% and expenditures at 74%, while the Community and Economic Development Fund reported revenue at 42% and expenditures at 53% at the end of September. Proprietary or enterprise funds, such as the Parks and Recreation Fund, reported revenue at 80% and expenses at 73%, while Sunset Marina Fund revenues were below target at 38% and expenses were at 44% for third quarter. The Component Unit, or MLK Community Center Fund, reported revenue at 63% and expenses at 59%. About 50% of the general fund revenue is received from state and local taxes. Income tax revenue is projected to be 17% higher than the $5 million that was budgeted. Replacement tax is projected to be just over $2.3 million more than what was budgeted, and that was $6.5 million for 2023. The November issue of the Illinois Municipal League Review noted future disbursement reductions of 28.8% for replacement tax, which was taken into consideration when preparing the 2024 proposed budget before you tonight. Both sales tax and local option sales tax were projected to be higher than the budgeted amount, while telecommunication tax and municipal utility tax are projected to be below the budget. Local food and beverage tax and gaming tax revenue are both at 79% of their budgeted amounts, and annual projections indicate both will be approximately 4% higher than what was budgeted for 2023. Finally, the monthly investment interest report indicates the average interest rates that were paid out during third quarter were higher than first and second quarter, which remained true for the month of October as well. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Council have any questions? Comments?
Weird question. Why was the finance department 52% over on their labor?
Oh, I know the answer.
What's that?
52%
Right?
over on our,
They should be budgeted at 75%, and they're at 127% of actual on expenditures. Page 13.
Retirement?
Yeah.
Is it
probably
because of
payout
Linda's
related
retirement
to
and the payout of
retirement.
that?
I'd have to verify that, be sure, but pretty
Okay.
certain that's what it would be.
It's on page 13 if whoever wants to move that to.
we can double check and then I can email you and let you know for
Yeah,
sure
that
what it
would-
was.
Yeah, you can see, so. Okay.
Any other questions, comments? No? Okay. I would like to then actually close the regular meeting and open a public hearing. All right? Yeah. Okay. Public, she's pointing at something like I'm in trouble already here. Yeah. Yep. Open a public hearing regarding the calendar year 2024 budget. So we're now close the regular meeting, a public hearing if anybody wishes to speak about the budget. Anybody in the public like to speak? Seeing no activity, nobody moving, no comment. All right. I will then close the public hearing and reconvene the regular meeting. And go to item 12.
Tax abatement resolutions A through N.
Move to adopt the tax abatement resolutions A through N as recommended and direct the interim finance director to file the resolutions with the county clerk.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz. Aye. Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Item 13.
Consent agenda items A through E.
Move to approve consent agenda items A through E and allow the claims and purchases.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye.
Item 14.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding payment in the amount of $13,739.52 to McClintock Trucking and Excavating of Silvis, Illinois, for an emergency storm sewer repair at 1400 25th Avenue. B, report from the Public Works Department regarding payment in the amount of $93,514.77 to Walter D. Ladd, East Moline, Illinois, for the 28th Street, 20th to 21st Avenue Storm Sewer Project.
Motion to authorize payment for agenda items A and B as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Due to the nature of my employment, I need to recuse myself from this vote.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye.
Item 14C,
Report from the the Parks and Recreation Department regarding bids for select cardio and strength equipment for Rock Island Fitness and Activity Center, or RIFAC, recommending the bid be awarded to Matrix Fitness, bid number 3.
Move to award the bid as recommended.
Second.
moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye.
Item 15A,
Report from the Finance Department regarding an ordinance for the levy, assessment, and collection of property taxes for the City of Rock Island for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2024, first reading.
Move to consider the ordinance.
Second.
moved in second. Any discussion?
Could our interim finance director just clarify for people the difference between the tax levy and the tax rate?
Good evening again. The City of Rock Island property tax rate did not increase. What actually increased was the county EAV. It went up 7.66%. So residents may see an increase in their tax bill, but it wasn't anything that was done by the City of Rock Island. It was done by the city, or by the county tax assessor's office. So if there's any questions on that, I'm happy to answer that as well.
Thank you very much. Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye.
Item 15B,
Report from the Finance Department regarding an ordinance adopting the budget for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2024, first reading.
Motion to consider the ordinance.
Second.
moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker. And Pulis.
Aye.
Item 15C,
Report from the Finance Department regarding an ordinance for the property tax levy of the Downtown Special Services Area, or SSA, providing $310,633 in property taxes for collection in the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2024, first reading.
Move to consider the ordinance.
Second.
moved in second. Any discussion?
Love voting to tax myself.
You did the last one, too.
I know, I know.
Roll call, please.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Nay.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 15D,
Report from the Legal Department regarding adopting an ordinance for the Paid Leave for All Workers Act, first reading.
Move to consider, wait, no. Move to,
Suspend the rule.
no.
You want Moses to help you?
Suspend.
No, yeah. Move to suspend the rules,
Consider.
consider. I thought there was another thing in there. All right, my mistake. Move to consider, suspend the rules, and pass the ordinance.
backwards, but okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Whatever.
Moved and seconded.
Close enough.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye.
Item 15E,
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department regarding the sale of city-owned property located at 1830 32nd Street to Faith and Evan Martinez for $126,500, with 3% of the sale price used for closing.
Move to suspend the rules, consider and pass the ordinance, and authorize staff to execute the sales documents.
Second.
moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye.
Item 16A,
Report from the Finance Department regarding the 5-year capital improvement plan, CIP, for CY 2024 through CY 2028.
Motion to approve the 5-year CIP as recommended and authorize staff to implement the CY 2024 projects and expenditures pending approval of the CY 2024 budget.
Second.
moved and second. Any discussion?
There is going to be an addition to this on the second reading, is that correct?
There's gonna be another reading next week, but
On
why-
the second reading, is there going to be anything else added into this?
No?
I don't think you can.
With respect to the budget, when I had individual meetings with council members, there were several that had interest in funding one of the library projects, so that would be a change, as well as a potential change for the match for the Saukey Clubhouse.
I just want to make sure, because I understood that there was going to be an addition to there, and wanted to make sure it was on the record that it was understood that there will be an addition on the second reading then.
But were the changes noted, we're approving the CIP plan, the 5-year plan, and implementing CY 2024 projects and expenditures. But if it's changed since it was presented to us,
Well, the key change will be in the budget, because that's what's actually funds projects, but we'll update both depending on the direction of the council.
And just so this isn't an ordinance, so we don't have to have 2 readings. It's considered like a budget item because it's already considered in the budget ordinance in terms of the projects for the CY 24 budget.
Okay.
you're remembering before, they always acted on separately, yeah.
All right,
Yep, thank you.
roll call, please.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Nay.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Nay.
Item 16B.
Report from the Finance Department regarding a budget adjustment to the CY 2023 budget for the Health Insurance Fund.
Move to approve the budget adjustment as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye.
Item 17A.
Report from the Mayor's Office regarding appointments to the Fire Pension Board, Police Pension Board of Trustees, MLK Board, and the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Motion to approve the appointments as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye.
Item 18, other business, new business.
I did have someone reach out to me, and it was something that I had not thought of. The windows look amazing in downtown Davenport. Rock Island, right?
Oh!
Where are you going?
It's going somewhere. The reason for the concern, the gentleman had a huge concern, though, because it demolished his window washing business. So, yes.
Special interests.
Well.
Strike again.
Yeah, exactly. So, he allegedly said over in Davenport that they did have a special paint that they put on some of those over there. So he just wanted to know that in the future, if we could ensure that or make sure whoever is in charge, gets a good paint. So they know he can wash the windows and he doesn't lose 2 months' worth of business. So, something I had not thought of.
It was different companies who did.
I guess, so I don't know, so I'm just going by what the gentleman told me.
He's saying that
So,
the paint used in downtown Davenport.
on some of them, he said even one, it was different artists had apparently used a different sort
Right.
of paint.
Yeah.
So when he went to wash a window, the first time, nothing happened. The next time, basically all heck broke loose and part of it got taken off and had to get redone. So, basically then a bunch of businesses talked and now they're not washing their windows at all. So, yeah, just something I never thought of, so.
Do it on the inside?
You'd almost have to draw it backwards then, right? I thought of that too, so.
It's a talent. That would be a
I
talent.
could not do that, so. Just bringing up a concern from one of our businesses.
Oh, that's-
So,
Who would have thunk?
who would have thought?
Anything else? Good of the cause. Okay. We'll move to item number 19.
5 ILCS 122C2 collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more class of employees.
Move to go into closed session for the exceptions cited.
Second.
Move to second. Any discussions? Roll call.
Alderperson Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Aye.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye. That makes up my eager eye